That's why it's your responsibility to approach girls who you're attracted to. Yes, boys, even when those girls are with another guy. Because again, it could just be a friend, it could be a cousin, it could be a brother. We don't know who the dude is, and she wants to meet you. So don't deprive her of that opportunity.
Welcome to the Unapologetic Man podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it.
What is up, ya champions? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the UMP. And today, boys, we are going to talk about how to yank a girl off another dude, a guy who she isn't really into, or perhaps a guy who she's kind of into, but once you come up being the champion, the alpha, the unapologetic silverback, she's going to want to upgrade to you, because we do understand female hypergamy. Women are always looking for the upgrade plan. They want to get the absolute best dude they can. And let's be honest, boys, we're kind of rare because we actually work on ourselves. We actually understand attraction. How many dudes out there don't listen to podcasts like this one? Don't invest in themselves in the way of a 3-month coaching program. Don't try to improve with women. Most guys. So you being unconfident, you thinking things like, oh, she'd be better with a different dude is fucking stupid, bro. Smack yourself upside the head until the concussion hits and blows the shorts off your stupid little ass because you're an idiot. And I want you to be confident with yourself. And I want you to go yank every single girl you want, including girls who show up to nightclubs, parties, even social venues with another dude. Because I'm telling you, boys, it isn't always her boyfriend. And we are going to talk about how to assess that information, how to outframe the simp, and how to yank her off of him because he's probably an orbiter. He's probably in the friend zone. So the first thing we have to understand is that women will often go out with guy friends like this for many reasons. First of all, the dude treats her like gold. He's buying her drinks. He's buying her cover. He may even buying her a VIP table and bottle service because he's trying to get in with her. So it happens all the time, and I've yanked many girls off guys like these because these guys aren't even dating these chicks. They're either in the friend zone, they're work friends, hell, they could even be brother and sister or even cousins, and it's your job to go in there and assess who exactly these guys are. But the reason women will often go out like guys like this is, as I mentioned, these guys will usually pay for everything, but in addition to that, it's kind of protection for the girl. If, for example, a guy comes up who she's not interested in, she can just say, oh, this is my boyfriend. So she has that cover, but at the same time, it kind of works against her because if you, being the champion, show up to the nightclub and she looks at you and she's like, oh my hell, there's a fucking alpha. I want to jump in the air and slide onto his dick. But she's got this simp friend with her, then her chances of meeting you go down. That's why it's your responsibility to approach girls who you're attracted to. Yes, boys, even when those girls are with another guy. Because again, it could just be a friend, it could be a cousin, it could be a brother. We don't know who the dude is, and she wants to meet you. So don't deprive her of that opportunity. But because women get so much benefits from going out with guy friends, this is why they do it, and this is why you're going to find many guys in sets that you want to approach. The way you should approach it is like this. I don't know who this dude is. Yeah, it could be her boyfriend, but I'm a social guy. I'm talking to everybody. So whether or not she's alone or whether or not she's with only girlfriends or even whether or not she's with a lot of different dudes, you're still going to approach. That's your duty. Now, as I always say in this podcast, we don't hit on girls in the very beginning. Hitting on girls is stating intention, saying how cute they are, asking why they don't have a boyfriend, saying, oh, I'd really love to date you. We don't do that shit. What we do is we go up and we give value until she gets attracted to us. And then we, on our own terms, take it to the next level if we decide to do so. So you going up to, for example, a girl who's with a guy and they're just there together, you don't know what their status is acceptable because you're not going up like trying to yank her off of him immediately. You're going to yank her off of him, but you're going to do it once you get the information, once you build some rapport. And yeah, guys, even once you decide if the dude is cool or not. Because my philosophy is this, I don't really want to blow the guy out. I don't want to make his day worse. I don't want to have him go home and cry in a puddle of his own tears as he masturbates in the corner, hitting his head on the wall, wearing a helmet because it happens to him so often. I'm a kind of guy who wants to give value. I'm the kind of guy who wants to improve this world, and that includes being cool to the guy when I go up, even trying to help him out in some ways, which ironically will oftentimes make her like me more. But I'm not going to blow a dude out unless I very realistically assess she's way more into me than she's into him. He's an orbiter. And sorry, bro, you got yourself stuck in the friend zone. So I'm going to yank this girl because I think she's cute. But generally speaking, we want to go up and be cool. So we understand the very fundamental basics of it all. First of all, women go out with their guy friends because they want protection, they want free drinks, they like the attention. Secondly, they can tell other guys, oh, this is my boyfriend, and other guys will fuck off. They'll get hit on a lot less because a lot of guys, unlike you, are too intimidated to approach her. Now, it will backfire on her sometimes because she can't always get the guys that she wants, but you being the alpha silverback, you don't give a fuck, you're going to approach anyway. We understand that this dude is probably in the friend zone. He could be a work friend, a cousin, a friend who is trying to get in with her, an orbiter, as I always call them. And what do orbiters do? They orbit her planet, waiting to get in with her, waiting for that opportunity. And they think to themselves, if I could just do her enough favors, if I could just blow enough smoke up her ass and fluff her feathers and let her go down Flex Avenue, she's eventually going to like me. But as we all know, boys, that doesn't work. He's stuck in the friend zone. He's going out with her, spending all this money, and he's basically setting up you to yank her off of him. Furthermore, because she hasn't been hit on so many times, this is actually an advantage for you. Because the more girls get hit on, the more they're irritated and the higher up their bitch shields are. If, on the other hand, she's with her guy friend, and that's the example we're going to lay out today, she's a girl with her guy friend at a bar, a nightclub, a party, even in the supermarket. If she's with her guy friend, her bitch shield is going to be lower because she's not irritated so much, and you could go in and yank her off of him. All right, so here's the strategy. As I laid out, boys, we are good dudes. We are go-givers. All we are is social. And this is why I tell my boys, you're talking to everybody. So our frame is this. I'm going to go meet you guys because you look cool. And I'm going to assume that you guys are together. I'm not hitting on her. I'm not trying to yank her off of you, bro, so you don't have to get butthurt. Don't get defensive. But I'm going to teach you guys what to do if he does get defensive. All I am is giving value. I'm a friendly dude. Let's talk. So you go up and you simply open them like you'd open anybody else. What's up, guys? Saw you over here. Wanted to come meet you. What's your names? That's simple. Or what's up, guys? I saw you guys dancing over there. You guys were killing it. What's your names? As I've done many times. Or what's up, guys? You don't look like you're having the best time. What's going on tonight? What's your names? Whatever the vibe is, you're going up just to meet them. You're not trying to yank the girl. I have to reiterate that. We do not hit on girls until they're attracted to us in this program. This significantly reduces rejection rates. This significantly reduces your stress of being perceived as a creep. When you go up to a girl, you're simply giving value and nothing else. And even if you do a direct approach, hey, I thought you were cute and I had to come meet you. What's your name? You're still operating under the pretense that you're trying to get to know her. I'm not trying to get your number. I thought you were cute and wanted to come meet you. Or you could say, I thought you were cute and wanted to come see if you were interesting, as I do many times. But in this instance, when she's with her orbiter friend or she's with a group of guys, you just go up to meet the group. Hell, even sometimes I say, hey, bro, did you play AYSO soccer when you were like in 6th grade? Or did you grow up around here? And I pretend I know the guy so that I can meet the girl. So whatever your excuse is, we have to remember you're not creepy because you're not trying to get her number right now. You're not hitting on her. You're not stating intention. You're a social guy going up to meet them. Guys, I have yanked so many girls off dudes before. And I don't even like that terminology because he wasn't in with her to begin with. He's just a friend. So I didn't really yank her off of him, did I? Although I have yanked girls off their boyfriends before, I will admit I've done it. And I only do it when I feel like she'd be better with me and she doesn't really like the guy. But really, in my opinion, I'm kind of doing them both a favor because she's looking for the upgrade plan anyway. Best he kick rocks with his head down before he gets his heart too broken by another dude 6 months from now when he's like fully in love and thinking about marriage. So it's kind of the way I think about it. She's going to do what she's going to do. He's in the friend zone anyway, probably, or she doesn't like him enough anyway. So best he meet another girl who is really into him. But I always go up really cool, and I'm really cool to him. I'm friendly. I'm a fun-loving guy, just like you'd be friendly to anybody you meet at a party. You're not trying to like supplicate or over-compliment, but you're cool. You're giving value. As I always say, boys, what's the most important thing of approaching? The most important thing is your energy, feeling good, being a go-giver rather than a taker, which is what so many guys are. Take that girl off that guy, take her phone number, take her on a date, take her underwear off. All guys are thinking about is being a taker. I'm thinking about going to give value. And you know what? If they're a happy couple, I'm building them up. I'm like, dude, this guy's a legend, bro. You're stoked with this guy. Congratulations. You guys have a great night. Lift them up, make them better. So I go in with positive energy. I go in feeling good. I go in giving charisma. Now, the technique dictates that, first of all, you want to get the information as to what they are. But before you do that, making it your first question to them, before you do that, you want to drop some charisma, get to know them a little bit more, tell some stories, build intrigue, do all the techniques I teach you guys in my podcast, and of course, more importantly, in my 3-month coaching program, where we give value. We are a go-giver, thus pumping her and even his state, making them like you by telling stories, for example. So one thing I'll do that's very simple that I teach you guys time and time again in this podcast is to go up and tell a story, especially to two people who, say, for example, are a guy and a girl. The dude's in the friend zone. She's just going out with him to kind of use him for drinks, to kind of use him as protection from other dudes, and they're not having the best conversation. They've talked a million times. They're looking to meet other people. So I'll go up and I'll be like, what's up, guys? Saw you over here. What's your names? What's up, Mike? Nice to meet you. What's up, Ashley? Nice to meet you. Did you guys see the fight outside? Bam, I tell a story about the fight outside, or how that bartender slapped my hand when I tried to grab a lemon, or what drink is that? Or saw you guys dancing. You guys were killing it. Had to come meet you. What's your names? And this actually happened several months ago where I could tell the girl wasn't really into the dude. He was an orbiter. So I went up and I did this exact thing. They were dancing and I was like, what's up, guys? You guys were killing it. How long you been dancing together? They talked a little bit about it. I told the old fight outside story, which I've told many times, or I tell another story about the bar. I always have lots of stories that I'll do in specific venues. Then you ask this: how long have you guys been together? Such a simple question. You guys have all asked it to couples before. It gets the information. Now, here's the thing. If the girl is attracted to you, she's going to straight interrupt you. You're going to be like, so how long have you guys? We're not together. She's going to immediately interrupt you. Or at the very least, it'll let her tell you, oh, we're not together. We're just friends. Oh, no, we're not together. We're just brother and sister. Oh, no, this is my cousin. You say, oh, that's cool. And then you plow through it as if they didn't even say it. Because a lot of guys will be like, oh, really? You guys aren't together? Well, let me drop my seduction techniques on the girl and try to get her number. Or be like, oh, really? You guys aren't together? And like right in front of the dude, ask the girl for her phone number. Calm down, boys. Take it easy. Remember, what would I do if I were dating 4 girls? That's the question you need to ask yourself over and over and over again when dealing with women. In my coaching program, I literally tell my boys, pretend you're wearing a bracelet that says, what would I do if I were dating 4 girls? If you were dating 4 girls and you're out being a social guy, just talking to people, yeah, even in the supermarket, when you see a girl with a guy and you just roll up on him and talk to him, are you going to like try to yank her number right off the bat? No. You're going to give value because you have value to give. You're a go-giver. You're not a taker. And if you find out that they're not together, who cares? It's just information. You're just making conversation and it's an informational piece that came up. You're going to plow through it, but this time you're doing it tactically. You understand, okay, this dude's an orbiter. He's in the friend zone. I have that information in the back of my head knowing I'm going to charisma bomb the both of them, tell stories, maybe do some cold reading, all the stuff I teach you guys to do. Hell, a couple episodes ago, I was talking about different techniques to talk about with women. You could do it to both of them. Say, so hey, I want to do an interesting psychological test on you guys. Come up with your 3 favorite animals. Once they answer that, The first animal they come up with is how they want other people to see them. The second animal is how they see themselves. And the third animal is how they really are. You could run that on the both of them. Now, as you're running these techniques, all the stuff that I teach you guys to do, she's starting to get attracted, hopefully. She may not, no guarantees, but hopefully she is. Now, when he sees this, and believe me, he will, he fucking disappears into hyperspace. I have been talking to two people, and like I turn to her and I'm talking to her, and suddenly, dude is just gone. Like he got sucked into a black hole. Why does this happen? Because he's pissed, dude. He can feel that this girl that he really wants, his best friend, that he's been blowing smoke up the ass of for 5 years, not getting the sex, but spending upwards of 60 grand on this chick, is attracted to you. And he's hurt by that. And you know what? I feel bad about that, bro. Oftentimes, I've yanked girls off dudes, and then I'll find the dude later and be like, yo, let me coach you up, man. And I've actually helped guys like this. I actually have a friend right now, Daniel, who I did that to and who I helped. And he's thanking me now, even though he's like, dude, you yanked that girl off of me, but it was kind of like the best lesson I ever learned because I was in the friend zone, and then I'll go help the guy. So I want to really stress, if you've had a dude yank a girl off you when you've been in the friend zone, that guy could have been me. So to all you guys who that has happened to, I apologize. But at the same time, you're here listening to this podcast, aren't you? So it kind of worked to your benefit, didn't it? And if she didn't want you, isn't it best that she meet a different guy and you move on to improve yourself? So in a way, I want to apologize, but at the same time, it's kind of your own fault, brothers. It's kind of your own fault. And if you're the dude who yanks a girl off another guy, don't feel guilty about it. You have to reframe it in this way where you say to yourself, she wasn't going to get with him anyway. Best he learn his lesson and move on. So when he feels that she's getting attracted to you, he's going to disappear, either by excusing himself to the bathroom or saying, hey, listen, I got to get going, or just walking away, which happens often. He's just gone. Now it's you and her, and you work the set exactly as I teach you guys to do. Now, occasionally, sometimes this dude's going to get butthurt and he's going to come at you with negative energy. Like, hey, man, why don't you just go away? Or, hey, man, we don't want to talk to you. Now, if she's vibing with you and he gets butthurt, what's the thing you should do? You guys should know this. The thing you should do is be calm, have a smile on your face, and treat him like you're mentoring him. Treat him like you're being cool to him, and for him not to overreact. What does this show the woman? This shows the woman that you have the stronger frame. He's getting negatively affected, which of course is unattractive, because guys who can't control their emotions are naturally unattractive to women, whereas guys like you who can control your emotions are attractive to women. So what you do is you stay calm and you say, hey, bro, like, don't get negative, man. It's chill, dude. We're just here talking, especially if you could tell that she's into you. Now, a miscalibration can happen where you go in, do all these techniques, and the girl's not really feeling it. The dude's not really feeling it. They're like, hey, can you just go? That's where you need to take your social cue and be like, all right, guys, have a good night, and excuse yourself. So I always want you to think, I'm being socially savvy. I'm paying attention to their reactions, especially the girl. This is the one we're focusing on as far as like what we're paying attention to. But probably what's going to happen, brothers, because again, you're one of the top 1% that actually works on himself. Probably what's going to happen is you're going to go in, you're going to give value. You're going to say, how long have you guys been together? They're going to say, oh, we're not together. He's my brother or he's my cousin. You're going to keep charisma bombing, dropping gambits, dropping storytelling, all these attraction building gambits. He's going to get butthurt and probably excuse himself to the bathroom or say, hey, I'm going to go talk to these other people, or just disappear into hyperspace. Then you work it and you ask for her phone number. But again, if he gets butthurt, you have to be calm, you have to smile, and you have to say, hey, man, relax. That's one of the most prized words I have ever come across in the dating space. Relax, bro. You're coming unpeeled. Relax, bro. You're getting a little emotional. Hey, man, why are you being negative, dude? Calm down. Relax, bro. It's okay. When you talk like that to him, it shows you have a stronger frame than he does. She gets attracted to the dude with a stronger frame. He gets blown out automatically. Now, do I suggest you like try to punk him and do shit where you're like being fucked up towards him? Yes, but only when he's being like a really big dick to you. When he's trying to punk you, you throw it back at him. one of the best ways to punk a dude is to tell him that he's trying hard, to tell him that his clothes are like really tight to show off his muscles, or check out your shoes, bro. You got the extra polish on there, or look at you, man. Look how try hard you are. Or, and really think about this one, you build him up. By building him up, it shows that you're approving of him, thus being above him in her eyes. It's a very subtle frame control ploy where if I'm like, check you out, bro, you're a fucking champion, dude. Look at your muscles, man. Dude, look at your outfit, dog. Like, you look good, bro. You look good. You're killing it. By doing that, it shows that I'm approving of you. Therefore, I'm above you socially because I will approve of that which is below me because I'm secure enough in myself to do so. Whereas if I insult him, like, dude, your haircut's stupid, bro. Why would anybody have a haircut like that? You usually do that to people who are above you because you're insecure. That's why when people like insult me on Instagram, I always think to myself, nobody who's successful in life would ever attack somebody below them. I don't attack people below me. I don't sit there insulting, say, for example, a homeless person. What I think in my head is that guy's suffering and I want to help him. We will only attack people who we perceive to be above us. So you never attack the guy straight up. Instead, you say how try-hard he is because he's trying to insult you. You actually compliment him and say, dude, you're a fucking champion, man. Like, you're up here. I'm just trying to get to your level, bro. And while that's kind of sarcastic, you're communicating you have a stronger frame than he does. So how do you punk a simpy guy? First of all, charisma bombing the shit out of the both of them, not being dependent on outcome, not trying to get her phone number, being cool to him, giving value. Then if he gets butthurt, you're cool to him still. Like, hey, bro, relax. Don't get mad, man. I'm just fucking with you. Then if he gets really insulting, then you can punk him a little bit and be like, hey, bro, like, I can see you're really trying hard and you're really angry. It's not a good look, man. It's like, calm down, dog. Like, you're kind of making a fool of yourself right now. And that is going to make a fool out of him in front of the girl he's trying to get, who he's an orbiter of, orbiting her fucking planet for 6 years, spending 60 grand on this chick and not getting shit out of it. Better he leave and go meet another girl. And again, I'll go find these guys and be like, hey, bro, like, that kind of went down negatively. I hate that that happened. But at the same time, would you allow me to help you? Now, sometimes they'll say no, but sometimes they'll be like, yeah, man, you know, I'm suffering, and then I'll fucking help them out. I've given so much advice to guys like this because I try to be a go-giver, and that's what I want you guys to do too. So how do you yank a girl off a simpy guy? Simply be higher value than he is. Simply be more of a giver than he is. Be cool. Be, yes, even agreeable. Be funny. Tell stories. Drop charisma bombs. And the information will come out that he's just an orbiter. He's just a friend. Or again, he's just a work associate who probably is attracted to her. Then he will automatically X himself out. If he gets mad at you, you're always calm. You're always cool. You're always like, hey, man, relax, dude. It's all good. Don't get mad. He's like, you don't know me, bro. Like, why are you talking to me? You'd be like, I want to know you, bro. What's your last name, man? Come here. Give me a hug, brother. The guy who's the most composed, which always means having a smile on your face, fucking around, no big deal, is the guy who's going to get attraction from the girl because women understand this intuitively. The guy who's the most calm, centered, on his inner balance point is the one who's controlling the frame, and rarely will a guy friend be able to stay on his inner balance point. He feels this is my possession. I'm going to get this girl. And oh, even though she invited me out to the bars and I'm intimidated by the other guys, well, at least I'm the one who's with her. So he's going to get butthurt kind of easily. But oftentimes they'll disappear into hyperspace, or even when they excuse themselves to the bathroom, you say, hey, you know, I don't really want to step on your friend Brian's toes, but at the same time, I feel like you and I are connecting. I know he's in the friend zone, so how would you feel about tossing me your number? And she'll be like, oh yeah, for sure. Bam, you get her number while he's in the bathroom. I've literally had girls just manifest their phone out of thin air when I was like, hey, is that your boyfriend? Like, it doesn't seem like you're really into him. And she's like, I'm not. Here, let's exchange numbers. And it's insane, boys. When you're high value, girls will want to always upgrade to you. And even if they're boyfriend and girlfriend, right? Like, you roll up, you drop charisma and you're like, how long have you guys been dating? She may be like 6 months and like do a little eye roll or like move away from him. I've had girls drop guys' hands when I've walked up. Like, I talked to these two people in the supermarket, dropped tons of charisma, said, hey guys, have a good day. They were boyfriend and girlfriend. Then as I walked up to the front, she dropped his hand. that's a sign, dude, that she's looking for the upgrade plan. Now, obviously, tactically, there can be some issues where he's not going away. He's still there, where like you have to like write your phone number on a note and like slip it to her. There's always these like sketchy situations, but don't get it twisted, boys. When you're high value, you can yank a girl off the simpy guy easily. The trick again is be cool, give value, even pump him up, and usually he'll just disappear. You can get that girl. All right, boys, I hope this has helped you out. As a reminder, I draw a podcast on Mondays and Thursdays, so please stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you in the next episode.